Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mousetrap Genius. We are right in the middle of lawn and garden season, and if you've ever had a lawn or garden, you know pests eating the plants or just trampling them or spraying on them can be a major problem. So today we're looking at what I think might be one of the best products we've ever seen for preventing that. That is a motion activated sprinkler. Advantek makes one of those, the Scarecrow Motion Activated Animal Deterrent, and the folks there were kind enough to send us one to try out and show to you guys. The Scarecrow is basically a sprinkler head on top of an infrared sensor housing that can sense animals up to 35 feet in front of it. Actually, it can sense them much farther than that, but because the spray of the sprinkler itself only goes 35 feet, you don't really want to set it past 35 feet. And then it's just on a stake that you can stick in your yard or field or wherever you want it, and obviously a connection point for a hose. And the Scarecrow comes with some fancy decals that you can put on it to make it look like just as fearsome of an animal deterrent as it claims to be. It's powered by a 9-volt battery, which you just install in the bottom and then make sure you put the door back on over it. Then you just stick it in the ground, and we'd recommend doing a dry test first. Just set the sensor to 5 by turning the little dial on the back of it and wave your hand in front of it to see if you hear a click when the valve opens. We heard the click, so we're good to go. We hooked our hose up and then we tried it again. And I got soaked because, as I found out right then, you should really set the stem tabs that control the direction of the spray before you do a live test. And a wide arrangement of the stem tabs will make for a wide arc. A narrow one will make for a much more focused arc because it only allows that little wire bracket to slide a little bit before it changes direction again. So if you're trying to protect a wide area, and this thing can protect up to 1,200 square feet of garden or lawn from pests, or if you want to do a narrow area, it's got you covered for that too. So it's pretty obvious that the Scarecrow sensor does actually do what it says it does, but we wanted to be really sure that this thing worked before we actually recommended it to people. So instead of just doing a one-time test or recording of it spraying something, we actually went and put it out in a field in front of some plants and left it there for about a month and a half. At the end of that month and a half, those plants were absolutely fine, but some plants in an adjacent plot out of the Scarecrow's range had been eaten by deer or woodchucks or something like that. I'm not really sure what ate them, but something destroyed them. So not only did the Scarecrow deter the animals for a whole month and a half that we had it out in the field, but it also did it all on just one 9-volt battery. In fact, I still have it out there right now, and I tested it about an hour ago, still worked. So at the end of the day, my only real wish was that I had 2 of them so that I could have protected my other plants. The nice thing with the Advantek Scarecrow though is you can actually daisy chain them just like you would other sprinklers. So if you want to get 2 or 3 or 4 of these, all you need is extra sections of hose to put between them, and you can hook them all up together and have a whole battery of these things protecting thousands and thousands of square feet of garden, if you have that much lawn or garden that you want to protect. So, great product, would feel really confident recommending it. I only had one complaint, and that was that after about a month in the field, the decals had faded pretty much to white, but that's not a complaint that affects the functionality of the thing, and really isn't anything that would give me a qualm about recommending it to you guys. So, we will post a link to the Advantek Scarecrow Motion Activated Animal Deterrent on Amazon down in the video description. If you'd be interested in getting that for yourself, we'd be honored if you used that link. Also, I will post a link to some garden hose because garden hose is not included with this thing. They also do sell a separate mounting bracket, so if you're in a place that has a fence or a tree or something that you might be able to attach it to instead of sticking it in the ground, you can use that. We'll post a link to that, and I'll also post a link to a 9-volt battery in case you don't happen to have any of those lying around. And Like I said, when I had the sensor set to 5, which is the regular sensitivity that they recommend, unless you're dealing with something like squirrels or rabbits that are smaller, then you might want to set it up to 8 or 9 even. But with deer or animals of that size that I was dealing with out here, 5 was just fine. And like I said, the battery lasted for the whole month and a half that I was testing it, no problem. So we'll post links to all that stuff down in the video description. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and if you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and do that. We've got lots more cool stuff coming up this summer here on Mousetrap Genius. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page already, go on over to Facebook. In fact, I'll put the link to that down in the description too, so you can get there real easy. We post tons of cool content, as well as announcements about new videos we have and contests that we occasionally have here on Mousetrap Genius. So go and check that out too. Subscribe, like our Facebook page. If you're interested in one of these things, the link's in the description. Lots of good stuff. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, we hope you have a great pest-free day.